good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you for our time together. But right now, I want to talk to you about your attitudes toward pastors. Whoa, pastor, that's kind of a self-serving thing to teach. Yes, but see, as a pastor, I have to teach the whole Bible, not just the parts that you like to teach and not just the parts that people want to hear, the whole thing. Now, I want us to understand what Paul is dealing with here in chapter 4. He says in verse 14, he said, I'm not writing these things to shame you, so it's not about shaming people. And he says in verse 18, some of you have become arrogant. He said, all right, we got some arrogance taking place. So we've got some funky attitudes in their hearts. But Paul says, I'm not trying to shame you. Now, the first thing Paul talks about, starting in chapter 4, verse 1. So look at Apollos and me as mere servants of Christ, who have been put in charge of explaining God's mysteries. Now, a person who has been put in charge as a manager must be faithful. As for me, it matters very little how I might be evaluated by you or by any human authority. I don't even trust my own judgment on this point. My conscience is clear, but that doesn't prove that I'm right. It is the Lord himself who will examine me and decide. Now, brothers and sisters, there are so many people today that evaluate pastors. Do they look cool enough? Are they guapo enough? Are they thin enough? Are they fat enough? How well are they dressed? And people go around church shopping and they go around pastor shopping and they want to find somebody who will say what they want to hear. Now, I don't care what they say. The bottom line is they want somebody who will tell them what they want to hear. Now, Paul said, listen, let's just talk straight up when it comes to declaring the mysteries of God. He said, I don't care about your evaluation of what I preach. And he said, I don't care about the evaluation of any human authority. He said, you know what? In this matter, I don't even evaluate myself. He said, because I don't trust my judgment on this. He said, bottom line, it is God who will examine me and God who will decide one simple thought. Have I been faithful in declaring to you the entire Word of God? Have I been faithful in declaring the mysteries of God? Have I been faithful in teaching the whole counsel of God? Now, brothers and sisters, straight talk. Maybe you need to stop trying to find a pastor that will tell you what you want to hear and get into the church where Jesus planted you, because Jesus is the one who joins us to a local church. Maybe you need to quit looking for the artistas. Maybe you need to quit looking for the business contacts. And maybe you need to get where God planted you and stop evaluating the preacher, because it's God who will evaluate him based on one thing. Has he been faithful or has she been faithful in declaring the Word of God?